They'll be calling you a radical. The sound of silence. Silence on Fukushima. Silence for a long time now. Goffman would be so happy that he was right. He would be so sad that he was right. What, the over the top, the passive aggressive, what is the opposite of passive aggressive? Literally, which that's all we've been. We are hypnotized mode. You drive through your local, drive through the latest subdivision the last 15 years. Brown, fake rock. I mean, it's so homogenous, so obey, consume. It's so grotesque, the silence of Fukushima. La la la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Passive aggressive hairspray. It's the same as lying to your face. It's worse than lying to your face. What is the opposite of passive aggressive, which we've been hypnotized into this dogma? I mean, it's beyond dogma in your Snuggies. I mean, something is actually mutated genetically to where people are really mentally, cognitively retarded. For real, they're retarded. I mean, the political process, the blame it, the false bravado, the arrogance, it's sickening. No news on Fukushima, so it's okay. It's not okay. Let me tell you, Fukushima is worse today than it was yesterday, the day before. It's nuclear fission's on. It's already killed so many. As I did that video 3 days at Fukushima with this shot, and you do know who this guy is. You know, and I keep going back to Pat Tillman, I keep going back to Michael Hastings, I keep going back to Aaron Swartz. Who next? Who next? As they tried to make a sequel out of me. Why can't anybody in popular media, when they do finally talk about food, why do they have to groom it and posture into the passive-aggressive thesis? Why? Literature, all of it, why? Why? I mean, it's disturbing, it's disgusting. I mean, there's nothing utilitarian about it. There's nothing concrete about it. It's not even abstract. It's lies. Lie, la, 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 la. The sound of silence. The sound of silence is a lie. The black and yellow journalistic media, that's my term, science fiction, so many of these things are my term. The opposite of passive-aggressive behavior is the poetry of anger. It is the poetry of anger. My videos aren't information, but they're information. Now, I really did have to hang these up on the line today. I had to hang them up on the line today because they were wet from Zuccotti Park. They were wet from Hamilton's grave. They were wet from the towers. They're not twin towers. They're not twin towers. They were never intended to be. They're color studies. They're soup cans. There's 33 of them. What's on the back of Popism is dead. That's the second time I've stepped in a hole and twisted my ankle today. Remember when I did that right here online? Everybody laughed. My other one that's really hideous and ugly that I did, I stood on the ladder and I sprinkled white phosphorus on it. That's painted with soup. That's the first one. That's the first one. Here's the second one. Just because you haven't heard anything on Fukushima for a while, I mean, of course, you're so hypnotized and gone. Ultra neo-popism gone amok. The ultra competitiveness. I mean, it's a smokescreen. It's a facade. That's all it is. That's all any of it is. I got to show you these out of our art cave. These are very important. Physical graffiti. Mick Jagger shot that. Just waiting on a friend. Luann's funeral is right here. His girlfriend right here. She lived on this road. She grew up on this road. A lot of great artists kill themselves. It wasn't over debt, it was over the theft of our art, the usury economy. These, I love these things. That's the physical graffiti building. Judy sent me those from Pennsylvania out of her art cave. These are some pretty iconic figures. You might not think so. That's an incredible artist in his own right. Tom, wow, is that guy a social? I mean, that's New York activism at its finest. The young baby wolf. Just because you haven't heard anything on Fukushima for a long time doesn't mean that we give up. You know, we have to be creative. We have to head to San Francisco. We're going to meet on the beach, maybe have a Geiger party. The afternoon of the 26th, we're going to have a little picnic on the beach. Because this is about artists bouncing ideas off each other. This is about songwriters bouncing ideas, the poetry that's come out of this. There's an art movement happening, sprung by my post-ignorance movement, sprung by this Fukushima. There's an art movement, and it's important. We haven't had one since the abstract impressionists in the world. We haven't had one who really was politically activist important. We haven't had one. It's time. It's happening. It's happening. I'm sorry. The art I get sent to me, the poetry, the songwriters come back out of the woodwork because corporate America, oh, you're going to be on, look what's flying. Oh my, wow. Wait till you see this. You know how rare that is? These birds always come to me. Look what that is. You know what that is? That's a blue heron. Let's see if he flies to us. Here he comes. Wow, they're my favorite creatures. They used to be all over here to these corporate welfare farmers right there who call themselves Mormon teabaggers who drained off the greatest delta. That's the delta right there behind my house. That's it. That is it. I mean, the delta. Hundreds of thousands of birds afoot, but it fills up full of water every spring. Not anymore, they altered it. Corporate welfare for farmers who... Mike Lee's best friend. I mean, they're politicians. They're politicians. Mike Lee's best friend, for real. For real. $10 million in corporate welfare. Milk their cows 4 times a day. Feed them every kind of freaking hormone there is. They call themselves organic. They spread the shit all over here. It ain't organic. It's disturbing. It's disgusting. Get away with it. Call themselves Christians. Our family, first generation here, I'm the 7th. Right here, they planted asparagus. This time of year was the big thing. You walk around here, that they brought with them. The apple and the fruit trees. There used to be a mulberry tree right there that they brought with them. This corporate welfare Mormon asshole tore them out while I was at work one day. And he didn't even belong to me on my family's property. And he gets away with it. Supposedly Mormons love their heritage. They don't love their heritage. Look up Fawn McKay Brody, who I knew. That's what they do to Mormon heritage. Just because you haven't heard anything. There's so many birds right here. I hope you can hear some of them. This really was the John Weber wrote. Fremont, that's Fremont Island right there. I can show you where Kit Carson's cross is carved on there. You can almost walk to it now. No birds in here this year. Lack of water. These guys actually shoot in the springtime. Oh, they're eating our seeds. And get away with it. White collar crime. I mean, the whole philosophy, religion is generational arrogance by definition. Absolutely. What's the counter to it? What's the counter to this passive-aggressive hairspray masquerade? Poetry of anger. Art. Ah, a couple of them blew off. Remember my globe that I burned? I see Johnny, and I see Spot, and I see Katie, and I see all you phony fake hairsprayed. I see all of you. You don't fool me. You don't fool me. None of you fool me. 1 iota. Remember I would hang this up. I made this right here out of plaster. I think I made this in 1988. That was a good year, by the way. I used to throw it. I used to throw, as I did that video, I love that video, the physical graffiti building. I've always wanted to do that video. I've had that video in my head as the humans will come and go quickly, including you, you generational arrogant. But the radiation will stay. Stand tuned. That's the goal. That's the nightmare. Stand tuned.